Welcome to Knitting Keeps Me Sane with Dr. Say Knitter, and it is June 18th. It's Father's Day, and we are going to record today. Yeah, I'm going to record today. Yeah. There's my guy. The husband is out with our three oldest doing some Father's Day nerdery. So I haven't really, love you baby, I haven't really gotten a lot of, too much of knitting done in the last month. We had some toddler illness and then just some teething, which has meant a lot of teeth. Has Evie gotten some teeth?
No, me.
No, you? Okay. So the baby has gotten 2 teeth in, and so for a while she needed a little extra holding and soothing through that. Yes, hold. So not a lot of knitting got done during that time, but she's feeling a lot better now, and she is really interested in food. So we've given her some food to eat, and she's been pretty interested in working on that. So that's been pretty cool. So I have one finished object, which I actually just finished a couple days ago. And it only took me 2 days to do. It's another set of lambing mitts.
Mama,
Yeah. See here?
Mama.
Yeah, mitt.
Mitt.
So these are. So I knit a pair. I knit a pair of these for myself back in the fall last year, and they're the Lambing Knits by Veronica Job, and these are on the Studio Donegal Irish Heather in the moss colorway. Pretty sure it's moss. And I knit these for
Knit.
yeah, knit, that's right. And I knit these for a relative who's you, that's enough. It's enough with the tongue, please. Yeah. All right, go on you. So I wanted to say thank you to her for some of the things that she's done for us lately, and she's just been a sweet old lady. So I thought I would give her these mitts. And that's the only thing I have finished. Everything else is a work in progress, and I do have 2 new cast-ons, but I'm going to talk about the uh-oh. Sounds like Evie's awake. I guess we better get her. All right. I'll be back.
No, me.
You get her?
Help.
You help? Yes, big boy. Hi. Who's this? Is this baby Evie? Hi. Hi. Yeah. There's my smiling girl. There's my smiling girl. Mwah. Yes. So, I was going to talk about the works in progress now. So, I had cast on last time, and I think I may have shown you just that little bit of the cast on of the peacock dress, and you'll notice I've only completed a few more rows than I had last time. So that's not much progress, but a little. So that was, yeah, there's the camera. See, you gotta bring your hand up here and wave. There you go. And the other thing that I've knit on is is this. The oh goodness, what is this called? It's a tea. Not hot tea. No, not hot tea. It is the
Gold.
Cold, not cold.
It
It is the rocket tea. And yeah, rocket tea. Because when it's done, we're going to rock it. No, well, I'm not done yet. But I had only just separated for the sleeves here. And since then, I have completed, 4 or 5 more rows since the last time that you had seen it. And so here it is so far. And I mean, it looks really, really short, but these, where does the rocket go? Up, 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 up. Where does it go? Point over here so they can see. Where does it go? Up, yeah. And then what happens to the rocket?
Down.
It comes back down. But do you like stomping on it anyway?
Yep.
For your rockets? Yeah. We have a little rocket thing that he can stomp on. It shoots up and then it comes back down, and he loves that. So, so the rocket tea is coming along, surely, but slowly. So here, I think I was right around here before, and I've done that much since then. So not too much. Got about half of the body done. And since I've got everything else completed, really, if I can just, march on with it, we'd be done, and I'd have it to wear. Whoops, pardon me. But, knitting slump. But I've also been working on my favorite blanket, the blanket knit along with the bakery bears. And, yes, because I picked out all of the colors from Stash. I'm holding one skein of green because we live in, evergreen throughout all of the year. And then I wanted the other color to reflect something about the months. So I'm actually in the middle of a row.
Oh?
In the middle of a row. I should have finished that row. But this is what happens in my life. All right, let me just flip this around so you can see just the colors that I'm working with. So here, this was April, and you can see here that it's a green and sort of tulipy flowery colors. And then May is very green, new growth, some bits of flowers, and because we had a lot of okay, easy. You have a lot of new growth, especially in like the garden, which we do. And then this month is June, that yellow. And this is when, in the month of June, that we get a lot more sunny skies. We start to have some hot weather, and yeah, hot. And then and then it's also my oldest daughter's birth month, and she loves gold. And so I thought, well, sunny skies, golden sun, and I would do that one for her month. And back here with April is is this one's birth month, and he liked that yarn, so I had kind of let him pick that color, and that's what he liked. That variegated with sort of a rainbowy pastel flowers like tulips and whatnot. And now I am halfway through with this color. This is really sort of a peachy, goes variegated peach, careful, peach with red in it for July, because we're having even more hot weather, and we're having even more flowers, and oh baby, Evie, be careful with Angus.
Yep.
Okay. Toddler is off with my older middle daughter to have some fun outside with the dogs. So he has a funny name for her. It's just a sound that he could easily say instead of her name. So that's what he calls her. And we asked him why he used that sound, and He said, no, that's just it. It's like, why do you call her that? Beam. Why do you call her Beam? That sounds nothing like her name. Beam. So, okay, fine. But anyway, dogs are about to go outside. They're very excited. So yeah, so these peachy reds, we have a lot more things growing. The pumpkins are starting. The flowers have already bloomed, which is, it's still June, but in July they'll still be up and going. And some of the tomatoes should start really coming in end of July. So, and then we've got a whole lot more strawberries. So, well, the peachy orange and the red are good for flowers. And then with the green. And you can't tell so much. Maybe you can. Give to Mama. Thank you. Maybe you can tell the green is you can. The green is a stellina, a gold stellina. And with the yellow here, that was also a gold stellina. So years ago, I bought some stellina yarns because they just looked so beautiful. And I thought, oh, they'll be great as socks. And then I just couldn't bring myself to knit stellina socks. It needed to be something more beautiful. But I wasn't really doing shawls. So they ended up languishing in stash, and I decided to go ahead and use them for this blanket because it's going to be in my house, on my couch, well, on my love seat, and it's going to be seen a lot. And I thought, well, okay, let's just make it beautiful. Let's use the best. There we go. I'm sitting on the floor. I get a bit more glare if I sit down here. My hair is so long; it's driving me crazy. It's down here. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get my hair cut. Pretty short. Hi, look, who's here? Who's here? Hi. It's a baby. All right. So. I hear them getting the toddler's shoes on, and then after that they'll be taking the dogs out. So bear with the barking for just a few more minutes. So I do have 2 new cast-ons. So I'll talk about this one first. This is a test knit for Tellybean Knits. Where are you going? And I cast it on yesterday. She did the call for testers yesterday, and she's one of my favorite designers. I have a couple of designers that I really love the most, and 2 that I test knit for as often as I possibly can, because I just love their patterns. They're classic, they're well written. Stephanie Lotvin, I'm being beaten by my child. Send the police. Stephanie Lotvin of Tellybean Knits. Her patterns are always really creative, just graphically. She's the one who did the. My words! This beautiful baby sweater, last minute sweater. What they call it? I've knit a couple of them, but they're not on Rav. Here it is. Showered in Rainbows by Stephanie Lotvin. It's in her book, and it has a pretty unique construction for self-striping yarn, and it's lovely. I need to put in there. I've knit a couple others, but for some reason, I guess because they were put into stash for gift knitting, and I just haven't put them in. But honestly, I Showered in Rainbows, love it for self-striping yarns, and honestly for scraps. If you just have yes, baby, a lot of scraps, perfect. Would be absolutely perfect. And it is such a cute sweater. I highly recommend it. So the pattern that I'm test knitting with her is called True Nature Tea. And the yarn that I'm using is Yarn Over London, her classic fingering, which is a 75-25 superwash BFL and nylon, and so soft. And the colorway is a one of a kind called Autumn Light. And okay, it says it's, you know, autumn light, you know, and it does have these wonderful golds, but it really looks to me like a summer yarn, just very like the petals of a flower, maybe like tulips or daffodils or wildflowers, just the beautiful yellows and oranges and peaches. And I've just, see these stitches here from that stitch marker? Ha, here's my stitch marker. From the stitch marker to there, it's just the second row of the lace chart. And so I'm just starting into the lace yoke, but it's a beautiful pattern that I am really excited to knit. I'm actually knitting it for my oldest daughter, who has outgrown all of her sweaters. Woo! Who has outgrown all of her sweaters that I had previously knit for her, and now she's eyeballing mine. No. so I'm gonna make her own sweater, huh? Yeah. And so I had given her a couple of choices of 3 different yarns to choose from for this, and this is the one she liked the best. And honestly, oh yeah, gorgeous. This one, she's a sweetie pie, but she does not smile easily. Like, if she's not amused by what you've done, she's not giving you a smile. She's so much like her oldest brother. Yes, yes. Are you like your oldest brother? Okay. Ah, you got to my face. You got to my face. Yes, I love you. All right. So, you're going to kiss my face. I love you. Okay, so now the second thing that I've cast on is actually just a swatch, because it's a design that I'm working on myself, and this is the 4th swatch in this series, because I have not been in love with the effects that I've had before. So it looks mostly like sort of blown out because it's a very, very white, creamy white. So it's deceptively small for the amount of time that I've put into it. But it's a design that I wanted to work on, and so that's the swatch for that. That is all the knitting that I have. I have some other works in progress, but I have not worked on them. So I just showed you what I worked on, even if it was only a teeny tiny little bit. A teeny tiny little bit, because this one has been teething. Babies. So that's all the knitting content. I have plans for socks, using some sock sets that I have. I really am primarily knitting from stash. I have some sock set acquisitions, and that's it. And I'm using those for Christmas presents. I haven't cast them on yet, so how many I get done remains to be seen. But when I take the kids out to activities, I'll bring a sock. And, oh, I do have a sock that I've worked on at their activities, but I get to talking with some of the other moms, and so I don't necessarily get that much done. But anyway, I'll show that another time, because it's really not that much. And that's what I've been doing. Oh, so bye-bye. Somebody needs nummies. That's what we call breast milk. Hi. All right. For life stuff, yes, come here. There you go. For life stuff, my oldest has been doing a lot of cooking lately and has really upped his game with cooking. So I try to get him to cook something once a week or so, letting him do the main course, and then I'll fill in with either rolls, bread rolls, or vegetables, or whatever else needs to go along with whatever he's making. Because with a family of 9, it's a big meal no matter what you do, and I'm just so happy to get the help for cooking. And he's really enjoying it, and some of the recipes that he's trying are really adventurous. And as picky an eater as he is, that's awesome. Last night he made a salad. So I've never tried a salad that had strawberries on it, but it was like a Dijon vinaigrette arugula salad with strawberries and avocado that he found in a cookbook that I have, and it was yummy. Um, and it was really funny. The sort of tart vinegary really set off the sweet really well. I thought it would kind of clash, the really sweet strawberries, but it absolutely didn't. It absolutely, brought out the sweetness with like just this absolute explosive burst of sweetness that didn't clash at all. So we're gonna have that again. And the other thing that he made last night, he made this chicken with jalapeno and plums and a bunch of seasonings, dill and basil and some other things. And oh my, like, it was so good. So experiment to your heart's content because, dude, I'll get whatever ingredients you want. Like, that's cool. And it was so good. We all loved it. And so it was great. And so that's been really good. And all of the kids have been doing a lot of extra swimming. And my second middle daughter, the third daughter, has really, really learned well how to swim. So the only two who don't know how to swim are the two youngest now. But all of the rest can swim really well now, and which is really nice, so that we don't have to worry about, when we go to a pool or something, I don't have to be as paranoid about it. I still am, of course, because I'm drowning. But it's really good to know that they have some of those natural skills. Well, not natural, I guess. Learned skills. Whatever. You know what I mean. They have those skills. And let's see, the ducks are doing well. They of course aren't laying eggs yet, but they've gotten big. They're a little less skittish than they used to be, which is great. They're still a bit, like, are you going to eat us? Because you're a big predator. And I'm like, no, we're not going to eat you. We're going to give you food. So they've sort of gotten used to us coming into the pen and giving them food without them freaking out too much. They still prefer to go to the other side of the pen when we do that, but they're pretty willing to come right back and even come pretty close to us as we're putting food into their bowls or water in their bowls. So that's pretty nice. And they've really started to explore their larger yard that we have fenced off for them. They love the leftover fruits and vegetables that we give them from the kitchen. And of course, strawberries are their favorite. And they love slugs. Anytime we find slugs, in they go, and I swear they fight over it. Even the single one, they're like, ooh. Yeah, so that's nice. Dogs are healthy. So our border collie had a scratch on her eye that we were treating that was not getting better, and so we had to take her to a veterinary ophthalmologist. Not cheap. But anyway, they did an in-office surgery on her eye to encourage healing, and it's starting to heal now, which is really good. It's looking a lot better. And so, I was worried that, if it didn't get untreated, that she'd lose the eye, and that's really what would happen, especially if it got infected, which it wasn't because we were treating it. But if it won't heal, at some point, it's either got to heal or it's going to deteriorate in health. And, but it's starting to heal now, so I'm really happy about that. See, the other dogs are, happy and playful, running around, doing stuff. Yeah, that's everything. The garden is growing strong. We've already started harvesting strawberries, which our strawberries are really, really small, and I don't know if that's just the the brand that we got, but I don't know. It yeah, it is. That's what it is. But they are really sweet and really good, so that's nice. The everything else is sprouting up really well. We have some pumpkin flowers. We finally this year, last year we didn't have any sunflowers, and this year we have some big, big, strong, tall ones now. So that's really nice. And then I planted some wildflowers, and those are starting to come up, but I can't really differentiate them from any weeds that might be growing in there either. So we'll see what happens. Nothing else. If nothing else, it'll just be this wild cacophony of flowers and weeds. I'll pull out anything that's clearly a weed once the flowers are up and blooming, but I put just a really varied selection of probably 15 different flowers in there just to bring in all the pollinators, and it's in the middle of the garden. And so yeah, and we've added new irrigation system, just some new piping and stuff, so yeah, that's everything. And it's kind of a short update because we've just been hunkering down, doing school. I'm prepping the two oldest for college and trying to put together the extracurriculars that they'll need for their college applications. Yeah, things like that. And so they've been doing really well at that. So we've just been hunkering down, doing school, doing the homestead, expanding our cooking skills. My third daughter and I have been doing some crocheted flowers from a kit that her grandmother sent, and she's been enjoying that. So we have a little crocheter budding while she makes crocheted flowers. And I'm so clever. And we've been enjoying walks in nature and just really, really sort of, enjoying the wealth that we have out here in nature and peace and quiet. So that's really it. That's really all we've been doing. Growing teeth, growing brain cells, growing plants. Oh. And that's it. That's life here. And hopefully I'll get a little more knitting done. With that, I'm going to sort of abandon all other knitting aside from that test knit until it's done. And I'm excited about that. So we'll see how much else gets done for next time. I hope life is treating you well, and I'll talk to you next time. Okay, so I realized I forgot to tell you what yarn this was. This is the Ravenswood Fiber Co. worsted Aran weight. So I wouldn't call this a worsted. I would call it an Aran for sure. But it's in the colorway Winter Birch, and I absolutely love this color. And I have only finished a couple of projects with yarn from them, but I've bought a ton of yarn from them because it is so soft and so nice, and I'm just in love with it. And so that's what this yarn is that I'm using this test for. So it's Ravenswood Fiber Co. I highly recommend you check them out. They have a lot of very rich, vibrant colors. So if you want something like just very rich, very vibrant. They've got some really limey greens, and then some like really super gold, super sunny yellows, and she just has a really good color eye, and the yarns from them are super soft, but the things that I've finished that I've used have not pilled a lot, so for a very soft yarn it didn't pill a ton, and the things that pilled at all I scraped with my scraper, and then they were fine. So and didn't pill much more than that. So I highly recommend their yarns, and I will be doing a whole lot more with their yarns in the years to come.